Welcome back, everybody. Last video we talked about what is a z-score. On this one, I'm going to show you how to find areas associated with z-scores. And I'm just going to kind of piggyback on your notes here. This is the problem from your notes. So we see we got a mean of 71 and a standard deviation of 4. So, and we want to find, so let's write that down first, okay? So we've got a mean mu of 71 and a standard deviation of 4. Okay. Now, this problem says we want to find the percentage of days that are less than 65. Okay, so the first thing I would do here is maybe sketch the distribution. And I'm not very good with this pen, so you'll have to bear with me here. 71 is in the middle. So I know that 65 is less than 71, so it's going to be over here on this side somewhere. So let's just guesstimate that it's going to be right there, 65. Okay. And it says less than. So in our problem, we're going to go this direction. Less than shades this way. Okay. So we're looking for that shaded area. Now, here's the setup for it, and it's already kind of typed into your notes. The x is 65. In this case, there's your x. It's 65. So 65 minus 71, which is your mean, this is using the z-score, divided by the standard deviation of 4, gives me negative 6 over 1, which is negative 1.5. Okay. So let me write this in here. That means that 71, which is your mean, would have a z-score of 0. 65 has a z-score, which is negative 1.5. That means that 65 is 1.5 standard deviations below the mean. Okay. 65 falls negative 1.5 standard deviations below the mean. Okay. So we want to know, what is this shaded area? What's this red area? Now, you have a z-table in your notes right here, but you have a much better one in if you go to your Blackboard shell, under, scoot it over here, under course content, okay, you have formulas and tables. If you open this up and scroll down, there's your z-table right there. Let me kind of zoom in on that a little bit, and let's rotate it so we can read it. Okay, so here's your z-table. Okay, now pay attention to the pictures that are at the top. Okay, this is the negative side of the table. This is the positive side of the table. Some tables put all of these together into one. Others don't. This one just happens to be split apart. Okay, now the areas that these tables are going to be giving you are always the areas that are to the left of the line. Okay, it's always to the left. So up here, you're finding all of that area, and here you're just finding the area to the left. So it's always to the left, always to the left. In the problem that we were working on, we were looking for negative 1.5 as a z-score. So if I go back here, negative 1.5 sits right here, and it's negative 1.50. There's nothing after the 5. So negative 1.50 gives me 0.0668 as a score. It's negative 1.5, and there's your 0, 0.0668. Okay. Now, if we go back to the notes here, we hit that again. Your area was 0.0668. And as a percent, if we move that decimal place 2 places over, that's 6.8%. that means that this area only represents 6.8% of the curve. So I clearly drew it a little too large. Now, let's look at another one. What percentage? This is the same mean. Okay, so we're still looking at a mean of 71 and a standard deviation of 4. And this time your x is 80. Okay, so here's your calculation. So 80 minus 71 divided by 4. If you're doing this in a calculator, you might want to make sure and put parentheses around the numerator. 80 minus 71 gives me 9, divided by 4 gives me 2.25. So if I come down here, remember that 70 is right here in the middle. And we're looking at 80. So if we think about standard deviation here is 4, the first one would be 74. Adding 4 again would give me 78, which means that this z-score is going to fall somewhere up in this area. There's 80. Okay. Now, when we did the calculation up here for the z, we found it's 2.25. So remember, the middle here where the mean is, that's 0. There's plus 1. Okay, here's plus 2. And then there's our 80, which is 2.25. Okay. So effectively what this problem is asking us is 80 degrees or more. So the area that we're looking at here would be the shaded area that's up here. Okay. 2.25 as a z-score. So if we go back to our table, we're on the positive side now. So this is 2.2 and then 5 up here. So 2.25, if I come across on 2.2 until I get to the 5 column, okay, 2.25, that's 0.9878. Okay, so 0.9878, which is the same area that's right here in your notes. Okay, now as a percent, that is 98.78%. And we can clearly see that this little tiny area is not 98.78% of your curve. That's because, if you remember, these tables only give you the areas that are to the left. So what that 98.78 is this area. Okay, that is this unshaded area. We don't want that area. We want the shaded area. So to get the shaded area, the whole curve is equal to 1. We just subtract 1 minus 0.9878. Okay, so let me come down here to the calculator if I can. And I had to really set this up weird to get this to show right. But if I do 1 minus 0.9878, I believe it was. Oh, I typed it in wrong, didn't I? Let's see. 9878. Okay. Let me clear that here or back up. I got 9578. 9878. Okay, and I hit enter. That gives me 0.122. Okay, coming back here to your notes. Okay, so that tells me that this 0.0122 is what we get when we subtract. So that's going to be equal to 1.22%. Okay, which is in fact that little tiny shaded area right there. So the area above 80 is that 1.22%. Okay. All right. One more. We're going to do a between. And then the next video, I'll show you how to do this in the calculator. Okay. We still have a mean here of 71. And we still have a standard deviation of 4. And now they want to say between 68 and 76. Okay. So your 71 is here. Let's see, 76. If I add 4, that standard deviation, that's 75. So 76 is going to be about right there. Okay. 68, if I subtract 4 with the standard deviation from 71, that's going to get us at 67. So 68 is going to be about right there. Okay. Now, we look up here. These are already calculated for you. 68 minus 71 over 4 leaves negative 0.75. Negative 0.75 for that z-score. So it's negative 0.75 standard deviations below the mean. And this other one is 1.25. Okay. And it should make sense because look, there's one standard deviation right there and it's slightly above it, so there's 1.25. So the area that we're looking for here is this little slice of area right there. Okay, so we're doing a between here. All right, so the first thing we want to find out is what's the area associated with negative 0.75. So negative 0.75, come down here, there's 0.7, here's 0.5 over here. So negative 0.75, if I come across, I'm looking at 0.2266. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Okay. Now 1.25. There's 1.2 and there's 5 up here. So 1.2 and come over the 5 column. That's 0.8944. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Okay. Now remember that the table only gives you areas to the left. So this score is, let me draw it in here. This score is that area right there. Okay. Now this score is everything from negative infinity all the way up to here. Okay. So to get the area that's in between here, we're going to take the larger score and we're going to subtract off the smaller score and we'll be left with what's in between. So we're going to do, let me remember my values here, 0.8944 and 0.2266. Okay. So 0.8944 minus, well, short-term memory loss here. What do we have? 0.2266. Okay. So 0.2266 gives me 66.78. Okay. So that tells me that this area is 0. I already forgot. What did I say here? 6678. Okay. Or expressed as a percent, this is 66.78% of the curve sitting right there. Okay. This area is that shaded area right there. Well, I hope this helped doing it manually. In the next video here, I'm going to show you how to do it in the computer. Okay.